Well, so my everything is always by Joe Metal, and you can get many of his uploaded videos on his YouTube channel. And talking about YouTube, we also have a channel there, Major Online TV, and we're streaming there currently live. Mama V is ready.
You know, when you said talking about YouTube channel, I thought you were going to say Mama V has a YouTube channel.
No. Do you have a YouTube channel?
No, I don't. It's the Joe News channel that we have.
Right.
Yeah, but good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
So we have to do the newspapers today. I'm off right after the newspapers because we have a series of conversations that we will have with regards the Cosmos challenge. It's the agri-tech challenge.
Exactly.
And it's, you know, young people being innovative in ways that is, I think, is very creative because it's existing problems that they're trying to find solutions to, and they've come up with various solutions. So the challenge is on. Today we'll take advantage of that and also have some entrepreneurship conversations, startup conversations. If you're trying to figure out still what to do on your own, where do you look? All that conversation a bit later on our show.
We have to say that it's not the first time. They've always been doing it for the last couple of years now. And what Cosmos is doing is actually empowering young people to be innovative in this age of artificial intelligence.
Absolutely,
and its impact,
absolutely. And this is specific because it has to be in the agri sector specific with this challenge. So you have to stay with us for that. But let's also remind you of Live to Lead 2019. How do you develop leaders to handle today's changing business environment and position them for tomorrow's uncertainties? By what practical ways can leaders seek out and develop other leaders to succeed them? As a leader, how do you handle challenges and transform them into opportunities to positively impact your organization? These and many more leadership questions will be addressed at the Live to Lead 2019 by world-class experts and renowned achievers. And we're talking John C. Maxwell, the #1 leadership teacher, coach, and best-selling author; Angela Kretz, former senior vice president of Apple Retail; also Marcus Buckingham, global researcher and thought leader; Rahel Hollis is best-selling author; Chris Hogan, international best-selling author and motivational speaker; and our own Nana Nsakwao, the 4th traditional ruler, media personality, and thought leader. Live to Lead is a leader development experience designed to equip you with new perspectives, practical tools, and key takeaways that will refine your leadership skills and bring success to your organization or business. So join the VIP Business Networking session. That will happen on Thursday, 10th of October at 7 p.m. at the Alisa Hotel. And the international simulcast will be the following day, Friday, 11th of October at the College of Physicians and Surgeons, Rich, at 11 a.m. You need a ticket to be part. So that's why you have to grab a VIP ticket, which goes for 500 Ghana cedis. Only regular is 200 Ghana cedis. And if you're a student, you pay 100 Ghana cedis. Register now at ctl-africa.com. And for more information, call CTL Africa on 055 051 5391. 055 051 5391. Do take advantage of this leadership opportunity. Roland, we have to do the newspapers.
Yes, start with the graphic.
The Daily Graphic newspaper, front page of the graphic. Here we go. President launches initiative to manage plastics. Also, producer price of cocoa up. Community miners invade mining concessions is also another story in the paper today on page 20. By the banner headline, Sexuality Education Not Approved. Education Minister declares. We've gone back and forth with this issue. Is this the position? And it's interesting that the GES didn't speak, is the Ministry of Education.
I think the minister's statement should end it all. I hope that...
So it overrules everything.
Yeah, I hope that nothing comes up ultimately, just to indicate that maybe there were any attempt prior to the minister's position. But this should cease all the conversation. So
here's a quote from his press encounter yesterday. The curriculum framework KG to Primary 6 approved by the National Council for Curriculum Assessment NACA for use in the development of school curriculum, which has been approved by the cabinet, does not, it continues on page 3, include the CSE And this is a quote from the minister addressing the media yesterday. Mr. Prempeh therefore appealed to the public and all faith-based organizations to exercise restraints and verify the facts of official government policy before making public pronouncement. So how about the person who's leading the whole curriculum change in terms of his own comments with regards to this? How about the statement that the GES issued and later on withdrew? What does that all mean? Do we, going forward, only have to hear from the Minister of Education, Matthew Opoku Prempeh, to know which direction that we're going? But other agencies connected to the ministry, what they say may not necessarily be what is the facts.
Well, I get that point, because when it comes to education and at the level that it should be from basic, and now we're being told up to JHS, as it is, to senior high school, it is a Ghana Education Service. They are just the oversight and implementing body. The overall responsibility in policy, direction, or the running of state education lies with the Ministry of Education. And I believe that that is why the minister's response holds sway to whatever comment or intentions of the Ghana Education Service will
I get it, but I think it's been one disaster in terms of communications and direction. Because if the GES cannot articulate what the Ministry of Education, what the Ministry of Education's directions are, then we have a problem. And
also, in addition to that, is the fact that it looks like the ministry, if not the Ghana Education Service, and for this I will toe your line, the Ghana Education Service, they had not been proactive on the subject. They had created a certain vacuum of no state response to this, whether it was speculated or rightfully intended by whoever started it and ultimately picked up by the media.
So how about
giving the right response?
How about the document that was launched, and there was a deputy education minister at the time who, in a photograph, you've seen that, kind of like a total recall when that booklet, at least the guidelines, when it was launched, with the deputy minister in the picture holding it up and duly launching it. What does that all mean?
Yes, and even including himself also launching the guideline, ultimately even making comments that this will be mainstream into the educational curricula.
I tell you one thing.
And even for the current academic year, and the media, we keep referring to the next year's academic calendar, but rather it's this academic calendar. And if you tend to look at what is also existing on the NACA website by way of the content, the table of content, or what the various itinerary is in the pack that is given to teachers, that is being used currently to teach, whether they were educated whether they were educated or oriented on it, it is on it. Because we know that the current rollout of the curriculum has been in not too good phase. It's been phased because we're teaching with the current curriculum, but there are no textbooks, etc. And the government, through the Ministry of Education, the Ghana Education Service, have made us know that they cannot or could not have rolled all this out in full. So it means that at some point, once it's in the park, some teachers somewhere within the public sector or any institution that is using a guide of the Ghana Education Service curriculum to teach definitely would have had it. But so I want to give the benefit of the doubt to the minister. And we've had these over the years in which there have been speculated policy intentions which swiftly have been retracted by government. And I believe that this is a good one.
Yesterday we had the executive director of the National Population Council. They took part in drafting the guidelines as we have it. And she pointed to this other document where it has information that a lot of people have been criticizing and saying it does not meet the kind of cultural environment that we are. Some of the things are too explicit. I will not allow my child, for you to teach my child what is in the books, for instance. And she says, well, we were parts of those who made this document, and we're supposed to be consulting and going back and forth. So how about all the comments, all the things that she said, for instance, because they own the book, they own the booklet, they drafted it. It was supposed to go through a number of things. We haven't absorbed that yet, granted, But now we are saying, is this like a political U-turn because of all the commentary, all the things that people are saying? Or, well, anyway. Let's do the center spread
definitely
of the paper.
It will be a political U-turn. But I think that for the government's response to this, even though I thought it was late in coming, it's better than never. I don't know when we're going to have this coming up again.
I don't think I won't go with better late than what. No, I won't go with it. I mean, if we're doing something,
you're definitely going to take a no for an answer.
Stick to it, clarify it, let everybody be on the thing. But you say it hasn't been approved. So but it's part of the packs that you give to teachers. What does that mean?
No, that's only a line. It's not
center spread of the Daily Graphic newspaper. Free eye surgery for 2,600 in commemoration of World Sight Day. Police immigration build capacity to counter terrorism on the back page of the Daily Graphic. KMA assures traders over KJTR market. The Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly says the allocation of spaces and shop at the KJTR market has been done transparently. Said from the very beginning, the KMA had cooperated with the relevant stakeholders, especially traders, regarding the allocation. Police cracked down on tinted vehicles. It's also another story on the back page of the paper. So if your vehicle is tainted, well, the police have started a crackdown on cars with tinted windows in the Greater Accra region. The action, the police say, is to check possible crime by drivers who may hide behind the tinted film to carry out their nefarious activities. So if yours, but there are some of the vehicles like they are made like that, right?
Yes, they are made like that.
Yes. So if yours is not and it's artificially done, you have to be. The police may stop you. Let's do the Ghanaian Times real quick. Front page of the Ghanaian Times newspaper. Brouhaha over sex education in basic schools. No sexuality education for KG to P6. Education Minister dismisses claim. Driver gets 1 year for threatening to kill 2 policemen. President calls for attitudinal change in plastic waste disposal. Also, new cocoa producer price up by 8.42%. There's a sad story also on the front page of the Ghanaian Times. Man drowns in dam. A 42-year-old man on Sunday drowned in a dam at Tatindo, a farming community in the Tatale Sanguli districts of the northern region. The deceased was found dead in the dam after he visited a nearby village. Let's do the back page of the paper. Ministry to engage private sector on job creation and tourism sector. Assembly orders. The Pong Katamaso Municipal Public Health Unit has ordered RIP Pattern Limited, which exports used plastic bottles for recycling, to stop dumping the material in the Pong Kokompe area. It's because the improper storage of the plastic waste has led to the breeding of some strange insects, houseflies, and mosquitoes. The order followed the petition by the Tema branch of Toyota Ghana Limited, one of the establishments within the enclave to the Pong Katamaso Municipal Assembly, and its premises had been invaded by insects from an adjoining yard used by Reperton Limited to store the plastic wastes. The finder, CSC is not approved by government. It is not in the curriculum for schools, according to the minister. And the GES director has also denied putting that forward in that guidelines, correct?
Yes.
All right.
Director General.
Cylinder recirculation model to increase price of LPG. A bag of cocoa now sells at 515 Ghana cedis, an increase of 8.42%. The Daily Statesman. China's illegal lust for Ghana's gold. Mahama fights Rawlings over Agenda 2024. October Roadshow, 2.2 billion ready for massive roadworks rollouts. That's it for the Daily Statesman, Roland.
All right, so let's go to the Daily Guide. It has on the front page, NDC has acid mouths, says Rawlings, and we know that he is the founder of the NDC. Ghana adopt plastic waste energy strategy. NDA exposes $9.5 million Sadarot. No sex education curriculum. That is Napo, the Minister of Education. The Daily Dispatch. Focus on religious affiliation in Ghana. Christians 71% by the last count. Islam 17.6%. And we should know that we're going to have the next decade census next year. We're going to count ourselves, estimatedly, whether the numbers we keep estimating by the growth rates as projected by the last census count is indeed what it is. 30 million in excess of our population. More on the front page of the Daily Dispatch says more on the collapse of Capital Bank. Measures by MPA saved Ghana 952 million Ghana cedis in 2018. We should also talk about how much was lost in the, it's being estimated $1 billion. Okay, we've had that from the bulk oil storage distributors, and they said that they're doing something with the MPA to make sure. But this one, the battle for Damongo in 2020, NDC's Adam Mutawakilu, and then MPP's Abu Jinapo. Okay. You can get all the analysis on the back page of the Daily Dispatch newspaper. Promises to be, I've been reading and quite exciting there. And you have the New Publisher has on the front page, the New Publisher says Ghana committed to ending plastic waste menace, attributed to the president. He was at that event yesterday. Government runs from gay syllabus, says CSE not approved for use in basic schools. Bawumia sacks boy over a Swansea seat. Manaf, we're told. Yeah, you can see him in the cozy picture with the vice president trying to put something. Yeah, there's the one who apparently who put the injunction on the election there. Apparently, he worked with the office of the vice president. What? How can you?
So some of
the mouth
like
that fits you. What? How?
Really?
Ghana's constitution.
The commentary that made people having their say on this is that he's chasing his dreams. I mean, the fact that he works in the office of the vice president, he can't go out and contest and have his own plans and want to go to parliament and want to represent his people.
To contest.
Isn't he himself like his own person?
Well,
but these are all speculations, by the way. Was he even sacked because of that?
Now he's been sacked.
Was he sacked because of that? Was he sacked?
Well, terminated. Well, he was sacked, yeah.
Well, a lot of speculation.
He didn't resign.
This. Yeah.
Ghana's constitution flawed in many ways. Short. Just somebody short. The Ghanaian Observer says CSE is not approved by government. The Minister of Education sets records straight. I'll take his word for it. No more. Ghana committed to ending plastic waste.
So why don't we scrap the Ghana Education Service then, so that everything will come from the Ministry of Education?
No, Mama, what I said.
Ministry of Education issues a statement to clarify issues.
Yes, but
they were not denying its existence. And then there's the press briefing. Then the minister himself addresses it and says we haven't approved anything.
The minister did not deny its existence outside the curriculum, but says that for GES curriculum.
So it was a mistake that it was included in the pack.
Oh, it's just a line item. Because I've asked some teachers and they said they were not trained on CSE.
But they added it to the pack.
No, but you see some line there. But they didn't orient anybody on.
You see some line, like, what do you mean by you see some line? I'm just trying to understand and appreciate.
The new political party promises free ports. Osofo Chirabosom, speaking to the media, he's incorporated a new company. No, sorry.
So he was on Pulse yesterday. He was on our afternoon current affairs news program with Gifty up here, and they've been doing some advocacy. They have quite a number of following as well. We need alternatives, isn't that what we said? Like it's all it's all MPP, NDC, there's CPP, there's PNC. Or he wants to go independence.
A+.
Yes.
He's from a movement or at all.
Okay. So you call this one to a movement? Okay, yeah.
Oh, this is a political party. He hasn't registered. Okay. So we have the Today newspaper. Short scolds politicians. Chairman to me exposed. Government rejects CSE. And then we have other stories also on the front page. Now we have the Ghanaian publisher. Also says that's the last paper I'll be looking at. So we have Ghana committed to ending plastic waste menace. The headlines all on this so seem to be the same. Cocoa price up 8.42%. Joint fight against cybercrime. ESLA urges Ghanaians. MPS saved Ghana 1 billion Ghana cedis in 2018. Education Minister assures agitated public. Government has not approved CSE. I love that. Now we have to do myjoyonline.com. Amavi.
All right, let's see what's happening on our page, myjoyonline.com. We've got sports right after that. I'm off to the Cosmos Innovation Center for the Agritech Challenge, which is set to enter its incubation stage. So we'll speak to some of the startups in this. But on myjoyonline.com, here we go. Anas releases trailer for documentary on corrupt AMA. Okay, David, stay with us. Trailer for documentary on corrupt AMA guards. Investigative journalist Anas Anas and the Tiger IPI team are set to expose the corrupt activities of city guards within Accra's central business districts. All right, let's move on. There's a video. Belt-wielding policeman assaults man accused of theft. 2 policemen have been captured on camera beating a man who had been reported for allegedly committing an offense with belts. Well, they think they are the law.
I'm surprised.
They think they are the courts.
I'm surprised.
Or they think they are judges.
This is even an allegation of stealing 1,600 Ghana cedis from his boss's car.
Even if
it is an allegation.
Even if the person is guilty.
If there's money getting missing in your car, it doesn't mean I took it.
No, but even if I took it, even if I stole, well, you are supposed to give me the punishment, like in your capacity as what? I hope that they deal with them, really. I don't own shares in PDS. That's Otin Jesse, the managing director of electrical cable manufacturing company Tropical Cables and Conductors Limited. He's denying claims that he owns shares in PDS. Remember when this whole PDS controversy came up, a number of companies, well, you know, if you like, those who form PDS in terms of the other people who hold shares came up. His name came up. He's denied his involvement. All right, comprehensive sexuality education has not been approved, government declares. Oh, and that's it for the review. You can go to myjoyonline.com for more. We've got sports coming your way right after this.